Everybody's here to say arrest Exxon. We got pictures of Rex Tillerson, one that I like very well, a picture of Rex Tillerson. He's the CEO of Exxon behind bars. He's not getting arrested. They're not getting arrested. And it's an interesting question, why not? We got a lot of jails in Dallas. A lot of them are pretty full. It's pretty easy to get arrested. You can get arrested if you get a traffic ticket and you don't pay it. You can get arrested in Garland or most of the suburbs for possession of a joint. You can get arrested for not paying your taxes. There's a lot of things you can get arrested for. We've heard a little bit about what Exxon has done. We've heard they took part in the Iraq War, that they were part of the reason for the Iraq War. The Iraq War killed millions of people. That's the epidemiological evidence is that the number of deaths attributable to the Iraq War is in the millions. You don't ever hear that. You hear about, what is it, 6,000 to 7,000 American deaths. You don't hear how many Iraqi soldiers were killed, and you sure don't hear about the civilian death toll. But it did, in the millions. You heard about what they're doing to the environment. That's another thing that results in deaths. Many years ago, when Tony Blair was the Prime Minister of Great Britain, there's a position in Britain called the Royal Astronomer. That's the chief scientist in Britain. And the fellow who at that time was the Royal Astronomer got in a lot of trouble because he pointed out that even then, global warming had clearly killed more people than terrorism ever did. How has global warming killed people? It's killed people mainly through water, either through drought or through floods. In Bangladesh, every year they have floods. The number of deaths from that in any given year is in the tens of thousands, and it adds up over time. And it's killed people by causing droughts in places like Africa, places like Northeast Asia, and the numbers there again come into the millions. So how is it you can go to jail in Dallas County if you get a traffic ticket and don't pay it, and Rex Tillerson and his buddies can be involved in all these things which are killing millions of people, and they're never going to see the inside of a prison cell? How is that possible?
The system's corrupt.
You see,
the system is corrupt.
You see all the police around us. There must be a dozen police here to keep an eye on us. Nobody here has broken any law. How many police are there keeping an eye on them? I doubt there's even one single policeman there to keep an eye on the Exxon Shareholders Meeting. I hear people say the system is corrupt. I'm afraid I think it's worse than that. I think the reality is it's their system. It was built to work for them, and it always has worked for them. People say, take our country back, but I say, when was it ours? You can't take back what you never had in the first place. Tell me when this country was ours.
Never.
Was it when it was founded and only white male property owners can vote and black people were treated as property? Was it before, was it in World War I where we went to war for Rockefeller and Morgan? Yeah, we elected, you all may or may not know this story. World War I, 300,000 Americans died. They purchased 100,000 coffins before the war even started. The president that led us into the war was Woodrow Wilson, kind of the Jimmy Carter of his day. He was elected on an anti-war platform. He says, whatever, we're going to war anyway because the financial people had loaned money to England and France, and if they lost, then the financial people wouldn't get their money back. It wasn't our country then, and it isn't our country now. And it's not a matter of taking it back, it's a matter of taking it to begin with. And I'll tell you what, the biggest barrier that we face in that is that too many of us think it's our country. Too many of us think it's a free country, it's a democracy. It isn't, and it never has been, or if it is, it's a free country for them, and it's a democracy for them. It's a country where the policies are set according to what they need. Why is there unemployment? Why is there hunger? Why is there homelessness in the richest country in the world? Because that doesn't bother them. That's not a problem for them. Is there really a shortage of houses? Is there really a shortage of food? No, of course there isn't. So how can people be hungry? Because the way the economy is organized doesn't provide those things, and that's okay with them. So it's a matter of undoing it all. It's a matter of making it our country for the first time ever. And that is a very big and very slow process. And the fact of the matter is that Rex Tillerson, in my opinion, will die of old age before justice ever comes for him. And it's the next generation of Rex Tillersons at best that we'll be dealing with. The implications of that are very grim, because the fact of the matter is climate change is accelerating, and the effect on all of us is going to get worse. We feel it every summer. Every summer is hotter than the last anymore. But it's going to get worse in terms of food prices and all the rest, and we're not going to stop it in time to see a lot of that happen. We're going to have to, this is a struggle that's still got a long, long way to go, and we're going to have to be patient and careful and keep it up, and that's the only thing that we can do. Thank you.